Probably need a mute to go off from someone. There we go. Paul Joyce kicking us off. Thank you, Paul.
How are you doing? Have you had to give the players a list of sort of do's and don'ts for this period now before you come back to pre-season, where they can go on holiday, things like that? Have you had to have a talk about them? Because obviously quarantine situation comes into the thinking, really.
Yeah, we had this talk. And it's like a conversation without a real solution for it, to be honest. The thing is, it's like an open process, which we all have to respect in a moment. So the boys can go on holiday, obviously. We try to make sure, we know from everybody where they will go. That's all okay. These countries are all completely fine with a little extra problem that the situation can change. So constantly, and that's now responsibility of the boys. They are all adults, and they have to make sure that they know when they have to leave the specific country. So it doesn't happen overnight that a country where you go now and tomorrow you have to go on quarantine when you come back from that. So maybe you have to just follow the news in the newspapers and stuff like this, and wherever they broadcast the news, and then you have to react. So that's how it is. It's not our job now that we didn't. By the way, maybe Spain closed the border again or whatever, or it comes on a list. We cannot do that, but the boys are responsible for that, and I know them. They know that as well, and that makes it different. Of course, usually we have nice little contact, but this time we have contact as well. The boys get a program to work on and all that stuff, but they are responsible by themselves as well. As much as we can help, of course, we will do that, but they need to be aware of the situation as well. And, you cannot go, nobody of us can go now on holiday and just do the things we maybe could do in the past. So we all have to still be disciplined. But how I said, the boys were exceptional, not only ours, but all the players were really exceptional. No new case in the whole period now of the season. It shows they are good boys, all of them, and I hope it stays like this. And then we will come back and train again.
Anyone else from the UK, guys?
Yes, please.
Yes, Andy. Far away.
Jurgen, on that subject, what are the complications for you as a football manager with not knowing yet the start date for next season? The actual, what have you got to be on top of throughout these next few weeks?
Yeah. Oh, we had to learn to be very flexible in that period now, and we were. So when we started, we didn't know exactly how long we train in small groups and stuff like this. So it made, as I said before, when you have not a date, it makes it really tricky. And that's now as well like this. But we decided on a date when we will start training again. And whatever happens then afterwards, then we will see how long we have time to train. But until then, we will obviously know when the league will start again, and then we can make plans for that, of course. I think in our case, then we have to play the Community Shield before. That will probably happen before, but we don't know exactly, and all that stuff. And that must be then just out of training. So train and play the game. But for all teams, I think pretty much the same. Not for the teams who are in the Champions League or European League still. That's really, for them, it's really tricky. If you are really successful in Europe this year, it is it's unbelievably intense. It's really unbelievably intense for these teams, I have to say. And so for us, the situation is okay, but for other teams, it will be much more difficult, 100%.
Thank you.
Hey, Mark.
Jurgen, hi. Just in relation to next season, as you said, it's going to be incredibly intense. Inevitably, that will sort of lead to more pressure on your players. Do you think, like looking at it now, you will need a bigger squad, or you will have to look at the squad and the sort of balance of it to be able to cope with what will be a very different season to one that you've ever had before?
Look, the perfect scenario for a football manager would be that you have like 40 players available. They're all happy with the situation they are in, and then you just pick them and tell other 20 the next 3 weeks you don't need to show up. I use the other 20 players and stuff like that. But it doesn't work. The world is not like this, so it doesn't work. I didn't want to be part of a squad like this, to be honest. So it will be tricky, and we have to deal with the circumstances. That's how it is. If we can build because of this a much bigger squad. The situation is, we said it plenty of times now, it's really difficult to judge the future. And that's always what we have to do. We always judge the future. Usually we know about the financial funds we have, as much as you can know. For in this moment, we are qualified for the Champions League and stuff like this. We were pretty early qualified for the Champions League, so that's usually good. But a few weeks ago, nobody knew if we can play Champions League next year again. Can you count with the money of the Champions League? How much will it be? And all that stuff. That's all uncertain. And that's what we consider, because we are responsible. We are not only responsible for the success of the club, we are responsible for all the people in the club. And that means for everybody who's working. And that's what we try to do. And as long as we don't know exactly about it, we have to wait. We have a really good squad. We have to see what we can do. We have to see what we have to do. For this, we need still time. This time, hopefully, will bring a bit more clarity about the future, and then we will make our decisions. But the solution cannot be to have a much bigger squad for the specific moment, and then realize that you cannot use all the players and stuff like this. These players can only play the football they play because they know they are needed. We're all human beings, and nobody can hold us back for like a year and tells me the last day of the year, now we need you. So in between now and then, there must be a lot of training, support, challenges, stuff like this. We cannot keep somebody in the backyard and bring him up in a decisive moment. That will not help. We will have solutions for that. We have young players and all that stuff. So how I said, the size of the squad is not that important to me. The quality of the squad is it very much so. So, and I think we will have a really, really good squad for the next season.
Right.